Caught you just in time. Actually, you stopped just in time before the camera came on.
It was kind of bad.
It was bad.
It was worse than that.
Good evening, everybody. What is happening? Christine was first on tonight again.
She always is.
Bows to books. What's up, John? How's it going?
Within a minute. Christine had dad in a minute.
Oh, really? There was that close?
It says 5:57, 5:58. 6:57, 6:58. My bad.
That's pretty close. That's close.
So.
Good deal. So I hope everybody had a very good Memorial Day.
Like my shirt says America.
America.
I couldn't find one actually that says America. I want to get one that says America.
Unfortunately, I was sick the whole weekend.
Yeah, still sick now.
And I'm still sick.
And I think you got me sick, which is awesome. I was doing so well today. No, I think it was just the fire. There was a fire near us in a field, and the sky's been crap all day. So
smoke.
Yep, and I think it's in my chest.
It's so weird. I can't hear out of my left ear because my ear's all clogged. So
I have made him promise to buy me things he doesn't even know.
I don't even know. See,
we're gonna get another Great Dane.
It's amazing what.
And he was like,
It's amazing what you agree to when you're sick.
I know, right?
And you can't.
It'll make you feel better.
I don't know about
another
that.
Great Dane will make you feel better. I have the best one picked out already.
I think somebody in the room would have something to say about that, and I'm not talking about me.
Your hooker?
No, yours.
Oh yeah, my hooker would not be okay.
She would not be happy with that at all.
She'd be like, "Oh my God, we're doing this again."
Right.
She's like, "I'm too old for this shit."
All right, shout out to our sponsor.
Oh my God, I was talking about them today.
Americano Ammunition Coffee, best coffee in Arizona. Mm-hmm. And if you don't believe me, go try it.
I was talking about prove us wrong. I was talking about them. Why is my...
What are you doing?
So sorry. I was having technical difficulties with my cup. I was talking about them today with one of the girls at work, and she was like, "Oh, I'm such a coffee snob." And I was like, "Oh, then you got to go over here." They literally, the freshest coffee done.
Yeah.
So.
And if that's not bad enough, they partnered with a bakery, Red Hen Bakery.
It's awful.
And
so good.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. It is so good.
You bought those lemon pound cakes or whatever they were?
I know, I can't go back.
They were delicious.
I can't even go. I can't even walk in there anymore.
No.
Nope. Because they're all right there.
Wow.
It's terrible.
But we did have a good pie tonight.
I know. We pre-gamed a little bit with some homemade peach pie from Miss Amanda Barron. It was delicious.
Thank you, Amanda.
They came out and went to Schnepp's because it's peach month. So went to Schnepp's Farms where you pick your own peaches and took the peaches home and made peach pie. It was delicious.
That came out very good.
I might eat the whole thing. I'm not gonna. Could be a peach pie after the show too.
Could be. And for those of you that haven't visited our website, thank you. Please do so. I know, right? It's coffeetablechronicle.com. So. Noza. And then
singular, not plural.
For CTC on the go, we are on Spotify. Mm-hmm. I just uploaded last week's episode with Dad. So
cute.
Yeah. So you can go check that out.
Dad may or may not have been a little saucy.
I don't know. I wasn't here, but I did witness it from afar. So
the sauciness,
yes.
It was a little saucy. It's fine.
Yeah, peach pie is very good.
So good. I know, Christine. I'm excited when we go to Ohio to go to the Amish country. They have good stuff out there too.
Trying not to cough.
Don't cough, please.
Trying very hard.
It's going to be very loud.
It's going to be very loud.
Listen to it. Just go to memes.
It's going to hurt.
Memes of the week.
All right, memes of the week. Let's do some memes here.
What do we got? Ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
Little Aquanet there.
So, oh my God. I am so glad I missed that. so glad. I was at the end where it wasn't the whole hair, it was just the bangs. That a foot and a half up.
Well, what was that purple hairspray? It was in the 90s. It was in the early 90s that got really popular. It had a kangaroo on it. It's called Aussie something.
Aussie, yeah.
Yeah.
So Aussie, they're still around, actually. They're better conditioner. But no, Aquanet is all I remember. The big, huge cans that were like this, yeah.
Well, that was... Did you save a piece?
I have some pie, Dad. I may not. You're gonna have to come over tonight and get it because I'm gonna eat it all. I love the Amish country. We go every time we go.
Yeah, that was a fun trip last time we went.
Well, you were dying, but you know
I was sick then too. Jesus. But that was the last time I really got sick.
Was then.
And then this year, it just seems to be like the last
It
month.
won't
I'm
go
just
away,
fucking dying.
You have to go one up to do that one. But
Yeah, I know.
so that hair, God.
Well, what I was going to say about
Perms and-
Aquanet and the Aussie one, both of those are smells you'll never forget.
Oh, no.
Like, if you smell them again, you
Done.
know
You are
instantly
right back
what
there.
Aquanet is and what that Aussie stuff was.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Today's generation will never know what it's like to wait a month to rent a movie. The struggle was real.
And even then, you had to fight people
Did you know they just
because
closed?
you were going to run out.
They just closed the last Blockbuster down like 2 years ago, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I want to say it was somewhere in Phoenix.
I'm sure it was. Didn't
they-
surprise me.
and they closed
So there
it
was a
down.
Blockbuster near me when I got my first house, and it went out of business. And I actually bought the shelves.
Oh,
Like
really?
I went there and bought the shelves, so I had them in my house, and I was like, "This is great." Yeah, they held a ton of movies. That's
Yeah.
when you had movies,
Right.
and you had to sit there for an hour and pick which one you're gonna watch.
There was another meme. I didn't put it on here, but when you rent a movie and the last person forgot to rewind it,
Oh God, yes.
it's amazing how
Be kind,
spoiled we are
rewind.
today. Yeah, exactly. And everybody's played on one of these things. Love this thing.
So I saw the best thing ever, and we may or may not have done it when we were younger. You hook a dirt bike up to it with a really long rope and wind it up,
Yeah.
and then you let everybody hold on, and then the dirt bike takes off, and you see how far people can fly.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the one you do with no trees around, because you could hit the tree.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
That was the extent of our safety. Like, no trees, okay, we're good. We can use this one.
Yeah,
We had
Andy.
like a 50-foot rope.
Andy had one of these in the park by his house, and we would always try to go as fast as we
Oh
could.
yeah,
to
you
make the other
run and then
person-
you jump on and then you can barely hold on, and God forbid the guys. And have you ever laid in the middle and seen which way you went?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're hitting those poles on the way out. Yeah, I'm really surprised we didn't have more broken bones.
Did you ever see the video with the kid? His like head like snaps back as they're going around. I thought he broke his neck.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that thing.
we've done it. It's life.
We survived, didn't we? We didn't
Yeah.
wear helmets.
Oh yeah,
Right in the back of the station
we were
wagon.
just talking about that.
Yep.
Just talking about literally that same station wagon with the wood. We had a
Yeah.
friend growing up who had, and it was their second marriage. Like, he had 4 kids, she had 3, so there's 7 total. And then when I went over, there was 8. So we all 8 of us would sit in that back seat. No seatbelts, nothing.
Yep.
Drive for hours. Go to California. Go, yeah.
It's better when it's wet out for the
Oh, that's a
spinny
great
thing. Is that what you're talking about, Christine?
Oh,
We did. We spun around when it was the snow was on it
oh, that's like safety net.
No,
Come
it's
on
not.
now. You hit the snow.
with ice and everything. No, it's not.
No.
Makes you slide.
No, that's safety net.
not a
That's
safety net.
precautions.
Y'all kids today spend too much time on devices. Me in 1987
Seriously.
spending 3 days trying to make this
Oh
jump.
my gosh. That's
Right?
real life problems.
Yeah, but we still had limits on how much we could play.
Oh yeah. Well, it took you 20 minutes to get the game to start.
Yeah. If you know what this is, you're getting old.
I don't know what that is.
That was part of the Nintendo.
Oh, I didn't have a Nintendo at my house.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have video games. I wasn't allowed to.
We weren't allowed to.
Oh.
In the 80s, we had all the same things that kids have for much cheaper. iPhone, iPad, my iPod, and YouTube.
YouTube. Ow, oh my God, we should have went in. So I have so many old toys like that. Seriously, like that's what those bins are in that room.
What? Maybe
I
we'll,
have a
maybe we'll
problem.
do a show on toys.
Like old school
Yeah,
toys?
like old school toys.
Yeah,
and
I
how they-
still have
and how
my
they
mom's Tonka, is it the Tonka truck? The big metal Tonka truck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have those.
You still have the adapter
that's
for
great.
Nintendo?
We just got a Nintendo.
We just got to refurbish the Nintendo.
With that game, it's going to take me 3 days to make that jump. That's what I do when Keith's out of town. No, not really.
No helmet, no elbow pads, no shin guards, just a boy and his bike.
I'm going to say
And that's how
shin
we
guards.
rolled.
Elbow pads, helmets, not worried about shin guards. Oh my gosh. So
When-
we used to jump bikes, and so they had the spikes on them.
Oh, yeah.
It's like we used
Yeah.
to do the flips. And, oh,
Yeah, that's almost as bad as hitting your shin on a hitch.
Oh, that's bad too.
Yeah, the pedal would swing up and freaking nail you in the leg. Yeah, that would hurt.
Why did that just make my butt pucker? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
we jump ramps. We did that all the time. We'd set up just plywood and we'd build up bricks and stuff and see how high we could go.
Because we had empty fields and stuff, so we
Yeah.
would literally like spend days
Building dirt
shoveling,
ramps.
building dirt ramps. Yeah.
Well, all the woods around us, the kids did that.
Yeah.
They had trails and
Yeah.
and big hills, big ramps to jump. And it was,
Yeah,
that was
we would
fun
do all
doing
that, and then it was great.
Yep.
Then we got into skateboarding, and that ended worse.
Back in my day, we didn't need good beer or haircuts to have a good time.
Yep. Wow. That's a haircut.
Right.
That's the 80s guys one.
I love his dad. I can't swim. Not with that
yep.
attitude.
Nope. Then you're going to sink. You'll figure it out. Don't
Yep.
drink the pool. Wow. Okay, I have a whole nother thing on that. Can you see those swim shorts?
Which one? The kids?
No, the dads.
Oh, the dads?
That was
Yeah.
a lot of thigh. Yeah.
You have to read those. That's
Okay.
too small for me.
Parenting in the 80s. Sarah, your teacher tells me you were misbehaving in school today. Tonight you'll do the dishes and tomorrow you'll apologize to her. No excuses. Okay, sorry, Mama. Princess, your teacher left a message on my phone. What did she want? Oh, she's stupid. She thinks I don't pay attention enough. Well, that's ridiculous. Don't worry. I'll text her.
Isn't that true?
But the thing is, before your mama told you were going to apologize, you usually got backhanded.
Yeah.
You did what in class? Fada! Before you even got to say anything. She didn't even ask.
What's coming back, John? The shorts?
And the man buns, and yeah, it's terrifying. Oh, that's terrifying.
80s definitely had some very interesting.
So the one thing that was hilarious. So Mom was born in 58. So she was in high school in the late 60s, early 70s, and she had these bell-bottom pants. Anybody tell me if you know them? So they're bell-bottom pants, and they had, like, they were sewn together to make squares. And so it was jean pants, but they were little, like, tiny squares because of the way they were sewn. So my mom had these jeans even when I was younger. Like, she still had these jeans. She saved them. And it was hilarious because I remember them going through her closet, and then one of the girls at work, or not at work, at school, came to school in them, and that was like the new trend. And I was like, oh my God, my mom has those pants. So I went and I stole them and I pulled them out of her thing and I wore them, and they were like, oh my God, you're so cool, you have these. And I was like, no. This was the first time around.
Well, it's funny how everything.
Oh, it
everything
loops back
comes
around.
The
Absolutely.
fashion
That's why
does.
the shorts are coming back.
And then they tweak it. They do something to it to make it a little bit different.
a
than what
logo on it.
was.
That's fine.
I mean, look at parachute pants. Can you imagine if they ever come back?
Oh, like, who was that rapper dude?
Wasn't it?
White boy, what's his name? MC Hammer.
MC Hammer, yeah, he wore them. He's the one I think that made him famous, didn't he?
Ice, baby. With the squares. Yeah, Christine. It was like my mom had them when she was in Ohio, and then she brought them down here, and I was like, oh my God, it's hilarious. So funny.
Yeah, I remember they used to have, after the parachute pants craze, they had these, like, we called them gym pants. They were like, really, they look like clown pants almost. Remember they had all the different designs on? They were real poofy in the leg.
No.
You don't remember them? I got pictures of me in them somewhere.
Oh God,
They
had them?
They became like the jock attire, or the, guys who worked out in the gym all the time.
Oh, I don't
They
remember.
wore them a lot, but you'd find all different
We don't need
colors
it.
and
We don't need to go
designs.
back to like high school pictures. I'm just gonna let you know that. Like, there are some terrifying ones of me that you really don't need to see. That is something in our life, like in our relationship, that we don't need.
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh no.
Saturday Night Live skit making fun of woke Levi's. It's from 2017, but making its rounds again. Huh? I'll have to look out for that. Christine
Remembers those. We have to go back. That'd be a good show.
Yeah.
Go back to like high school pictures. Oh God, let's not do it. I take it back. I don't want to do it anymore.
It might be kind of fun. Might be kind of entertaining.
Oh no, there's some things I'd rather you not see.
Hey, I was in the marching band. How much worse can you get than that?
I was not.
So that'd make for some interesting pictures.
Right?
My problem is probably half the kids I went to school with will jump on that show
Oh, Lord. Seriously. That would be good, though.
if I advertised it.
Oh, God. Maybe we'll have to go do.
We should definitely do this, especially since you have a bunch of old toys. We
I
should
have
definitely
so many old stuff
do an
from
old-
like growing up. I have
That'd be
so
kind
much.
of cool. Yeah. Let's talk
Like I
about
have
that.
what was the, you pull the string or you twist it and it makes like, lands on the thing and it makes the animal noise.
Oh yeah, didn't it have an arrow that spun around?
Yeah, it has the
when you
arrow.
pulled
So you
it?
either pulled the
Yeah.
string or something and then it had the arrow and then when it
Yeah.
landed on the goat, it's like,
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
makes that one that Winnie said, it doesn't though. Then it says the cow and it goes, yeah, I got a bunch of stuff.
I do remember
I have a
that.
bunch of old board games too. Oh my God. Let's stop talking about my obsessions.
All right, let's get into our show.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so we're continuing on from last week.
Generations.
Hi.
Christine had the big flower pants. The jeans with the big flowers. Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
Yep. I know.
And didn't they start with like all the bling on the jeans after that?
Yeah, then
Wasn't
it was
that-
like bedazzled
Yeah,
jeans
bedazzled
or
or
whatever.
whatever the hell they
Because
called
that
it.
went through my phase.
Right. There was a
And
90s
then that was
thing,
like
wasn't
the
it,
girls
really?
thing. Yeah. So they
Yeah.
had like the gemstones down the sides or the like slits with the gemstones. And then
Yeah.
you had like the jeans that had the slit and then they had like the fishnet behind it or whatever. Yeah. That was,
Yeah, some crazy fashions.
I was wearing dude's jeans. We're good. I was not wearing that. So we went through the greatest generation, the silent generation, and the baby boomers. We are now on to Gen X, Gen Y or millennials, and Gen Z. Alpha, we're good.
We're not
with
going to really talk about alpha.
We don't really need to talk about them. Is there anything that anybody needs to know about that?
Right.
No, I think we're good.
So Gen X was born 1965 to 1980.
So Gen Xers were sometimes called the latchkey generation, which stems from their returning as children to an empty home and needing to use the door key due to reduced adult supervision compared to previous generations. This was a result of increasing divorce rates and increased maternal participation in the workforce prior to widespread availability of childcare options outside the home.
And Latchkey was actually something that was in the schools. That was your after-school program called Latchkey.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
when
okay.
When I went to school, they had Latchkey.
Because I knew we had tons of kids, even when I was growing up, that like came home an hour or two before their parents came home. Because
Yeah.
what if you work 9 to 5? The schools aren't open.
Yep. I
So-
did. I was always home before Mom.
Well, Mom was a bus driver. What do you
Right.
expect? Like she's taking the kids home.
Yep. But it's true. I agree with that. I think a lot of moms started working, and
especially
it wasn't-
after all the war and everything, they just kind of stayed working.
Mm-hmm.
So they realized it's nice to have 2 incomes. Gen X.
So during Gen X,
During Gen X, there was a shift from communism to capitalism. Really?
Mm-hmm.
We were more communistic?
I mean, they were talking about globally.
Oh, okay. I'm so
Came
sorry.
over.
I was like,
yeah,
really?
not us per se, but during this generation.
Okay.
This is what we saw.
Oh, God, the birth of MTV.
Birth of MTV. Does everybody remember MTV?
Yep.
Punk rock was big.
I didn't know that it was that early.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Because I remember watching it and it was still like new. They just started doing shows and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it just started really in the 80s. Punk
So-
rock. I'd probably say late 70s it started kicking in.
Yeah.
But then really became bigger in the 80s. Decline in birth rates due to birth control.
That's interesting.
The Reagan era.
You don't think that the decline in birth rates were because both parents were not at home either and realized that you already had one latchkey kid? You wanted
I mean, that
3
might
of
have,
them in the house?
that might have something to do with it too. But
Because that sounds like a bad idea.
yeah, I mean, that might have
You
something to do with
3
it.
boys home by yourself?
Well, we were far enough apart.
Well,
in
yeah,
age
that's the only thing that saved
They were
you.
pretty much out of the house when I was in high school. So, but no, I remember coming home and doing chores and before I did my homework, and then you know,
You were such a good kid.
Well, we had rules, and that's how it should be.
You had your mother.
I mean, I didn't, you know, I won't get into it. Never mind.
That'd be terrifying. Can you imagine? Woo. Okay. The Reagan era.
Yep,
The 1980s recession with a 10% unemployment rate.
10.8%.
I don't remember. I didn't get any of that. Like,
I want to say I should.
remember some of that, or
should have put
no?
it on. I kind of do. Yeah, I mean, I was young, but
like kids,
I kind of remember
parents
it.
and stuff being
Yeah.
out of work, and that's crazy. crack and AIDS epidemic.
Yeah, AIDS really blew up.
Yeah, AIDS was
huge.
huge
Yep.
for us.
Yeah, and I remember, living on Long Island, I remember the beaches. They would close the beaches down in the summertime because they'd find hypodermic needles on the beach. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And it became a big thing. They would shut beaches down all the time.
Oh,
because of
yeah,
that,
that's
because-
terrible
yeah.
because you step on that, you have no idea.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, that's terrifying. I never would have thought about that. You just sit on the beach and do your heroin?
It's crazy.
That sounds crazy. The rise of video games and personal computers.
Yep.
Were they really a rise on personal computers? Like,
Yeah, because in the 80s, they started out with like, God, what the hell was that first computer?
Wasn't it
it
a-
like a Commodore 64 or something like
Sure.
that? Was one of the big ones.
but
and then
that
Apple
wasn't a
came out.
personal computer. Like, that
Yeah,
was for
they-
businesses and stuff.
No, they started with personal computers.
Okay. I never would have thought of them as a
Yeah.
personal thing. Like,
Not like they are today.
no, but I mean, like, this wasn't, because what are you going to do on it?
We
You didn't
did.
have the internet. Like, what were you doing?
So-
Unless you were like,
So a lot of it
working.
would be you learn how to program. Basically, coding is what it was. Because I remember when we got our Commodore, they gave you a book, and you would basically script this whole page just to make a balloon float across the screen. And that's what people were doing.
And that's what they were doing,
They,
was
they
just
had,
messing
they had
with it.
programs like Word programs and stuff like that.
okay.
So let's see.
Really?
My first
See, that
PC at
seems
home was
really
86.
early.
And what was your first computer, John?
What was it called?
Because I know we had a Commodore. I think
I've never even heard of Commodore.
wasn't there? And my dad can correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there a Wang WANG computer? I think we had a Wang. It was a
You had a Wang?
Wang. So his was an X86. Okay,
That was like a company? That was
So-
a thing? Okay.
sorry. Don't.
So we had Vietnam
Start
and
coughing.
Watergate. Now, what was Watergate?
It was the whole Nixon thing.
What was the Nixon thing?
I don't want to get into it. We'll talk about it on another show. It'll take too much time to explain.
Just give me a gist of it. Like, I don't know anything about it. Like, I've heard of Watergate, but I've never known what it was.
We'll talk about it. I want to get. If I want to talk about it, I want to get into it.
Just give me like a
more.
5 second.
No, move on. I'll go into it later. I don't want to go into it right now.
So you're going to tell me you don't know what it is. Okay.
No, I
don't
know. I know what it is.
But I mean, I have no idea what it is. So, the fall of the Berlin Wall, very good. That opened up for computer programming in '82. That's cool.
Yeah, they did. They started doing computer programming.
They broke into the Watergate Hotel. Okay, what does that mean, though?
That's I said. Move on.
Shut up, John. So, fall of the Berlin Wall, very, very good. Opened everything up. So, the movies, The Godfather, classic.
Yep.
American Graffiti, classic.
Good movie.
Star Wars, again, classic. Alien, Grease, Jaws, Rocky. Wow. Really good.
What's that?
Those are really good movies.
Yeah, Commodore 64 came out in '82.
Like, those are like life altering movies that are still around.
It was a good time for movies.
That's really good.
The
Like,
whole
those
80s.
are all good movies. I mean, Rocky's Horror Picture Show. Come on now.
Yep. I think Top Gun was in there too, wasn't it? Didn't Top Gun came out in the late '80s, John?
Seriously.
remember
Why do
when
you
it
have to
came
why
out.
do you have to bring that up? Really?
Die Hard, all those good movies.
Oh god.
VHS tapes were introduced.
Die Hard came out for Christmas?
Yeah, they did.
Oh god. Oh, they were just barely introduced?
What, VHS tapes?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. The first mobile phone was in 73. Really?
Yep. And they have a picture of it. That was
Yeah.
the first mobile phone.
Those bricks. Can you imagine carrying that thing in your suitcase? And how much did that cost?
I don't know. I don't know
Not
what
the
they- I
phone,
don't
but
know what
like
they-
service.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
We should look that up. Dad,
It
Google
was.
that
It was.
for
I
us.
remember. Sorry, I'm gonna start coughing again. That's why I don't
cough.
want to talk a lot.
I'm so sorry. I don't have a lot to say.
The it was known as the brick. That's right.
The brick, yeah. That's why I'm like, it was terrible. Like, it was literally a brick. It was so heavy. I remember those. So then we have Generation Y or Millennials, born in 81 to 95. I still can't believe I'm part
That's
of
you.
millennials. Millennials have been described as the first global generation and the first generation that grew up in the internet age. This generation is generally marked by elevated usage of and familiarity with the internet, mobile devices, and social media, which is why they are sometimes termed digital natives.
So you guys grew up in the information age.
Definitely, like I remember getting, but see, I was still at the beginning of it. So like we had computer classes. Mobile phones first came out, cost
I think there was supposed to be more to that. ...
Is he keeping us on our toes? So I remember grade school, we didn't have computers until but then see 7th, 8th, and 9th, I went to a private school. So we didn't have computers because we were smaller, but it wasn't until 10th grade when I got into the normal public high school that they had computer classes.
First computers we had in school were called PET, P-E-T, and they were these big
things,
monitors, and
big, huge things.
all the writing was green. It would get to your eyes after a while.
It was bright green.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they were called PETs.
Yeah, I remember those, but that's what we had. So grade school, we didn't have them, and I probably would have had them in 7th, 8th, and 9th if I would have gone to a public school, but I didn't. I went to a private school, and it was all of 20 of us, so that's not like they had a ton of money.
I wish
so we didn't have any of that.
Looking back now, when my schools started offering computer classes,
Yeah.
I wish I would have taken them and
Did
jumped
any
on
of
the
us
computer
know?
programming
We
and
all
all that
thought
stuff.
it was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and so just like the people looking back, going, "Gee, I should have bought stock in Apple."
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember floppy disks.
Floppy disks. Yep.
Yep. And those Commodores, I think she was trying to say.
Yeah.
And then it spell checked her. Gotta love it. So the millennials, birth of the internet in 83, World Wide Web in 89. Wow, that was really fast.
Right.
You remember the
AOL and stuff like that,
and you would hate it.
Was AOL the first?
AOL was super close. So there's still people who have AOL emails.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's crazy. I'm like, wait, what? It's still a thing?
I thought there was something before AOL.
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember. I don't know.
I
if
remember
was the
AOL.
first.
I don't remember anything else. But again, I had a couple years in between.
Can you grab my beer? I want to drink that.
So the Challenger shuttle disaster. I remember that.
Yep, I think that was in '83. I think it was 10 years old when that happened. It was crazy.
This is the New Belgium Atomic Citrus. You can't see it
Yeah,
because
so-
they're shine.
So I love the Atomic Pumpkin they come out with every Halloween, and
We still have some.
yeah,
We should send some to Christine.
what the Atomic
Atomic
Pumpkin?
We
Yeah.
have some under our cabinet
I
stuff.
have to drink it now, so I have to take antibiotic after the show. So
Yep, he's done drinking
Can't do
after
it.
this.
A-okay? Is that?
Like true? Yeah. Is that a real answer, John? Yeah, I don't remember anything other than AOL. But that was the first for us.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that's crazy.
Yep.
At AOL.com. Was it John Phelan at AOL.com? Okay. Then the Reagan assassination attempt.
Yep.
Don't remember that.
You don't remember that?
Nope.
Black.
Black.
Was McKinley? I think McKinley that did that.
Sure. I'm assuming he did not.
He wasn't successful. though.
Yeah.
He did not succeed.
So did he shoot him? Did he shoot near him? Did he,
He was
try to blow
getting.
him up?
I think Reagan was getting out of the car, and he shot. He did shoot him. He actually
He
got
actually shot him.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But he
did not die.
He didn't die. No, I think it was maybe a
Bad aim.
stomach shot or something. I don't remember exactly what it was. I was,
Got-
I
he
was
got too
super young, but
He got too upset. He pulled it too quick. I don't know. They whooped his ass.
Yep.
Okay, good. Black Monday recession. I don't know what that is.
The Black Monday is when the markets crashed. Oh. Yeah. I think that led to the recession at that point. I found I was going to put the graph up. They show you.
Wasn't it 82?
That
Apparently,
Monday.
that was the recession.
I think it was 82.
Because John talks about it. John talked about it last time, and I was like, I don't remember any of that, but
Yeah.
I was born at the end of 82, so I wouldn't have seen it.
Yeah, you wouldn't remember that.
And I don't remember 83, 84, like coming back from it. So that's crazy. Then we have Desert Storm in 91.
Yep.
Windows was first released in 1985. Really?
Microsoft Windows 1
Gen 1.
released in 1985.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
That's crazy. Because I do remember
It was
Like-
Hinckley. Okay.
Okay.
That's
tried
what
to
sorry.
assassinate him. So I do remember like Windows when we had our floppy disk, Christine. We would type on Windows. Like that's how we would type our stuff because we had to type our papers. Like that's how they were teaching us. So that's what we would do was on Windows. CDs were released in 1983. Really, that early? Wow. And then DVDs in 95.
Yep.
DVDs I knew weren't until later. I remember that switch. But CDs, really, I thought it was a lot later than that.
I thought it was too because I bought my first stereo. I mean, that's what that's.
But was it again
that's what
like?
it said.
But was it again like Blu-ray and everything else, where you're not going to buy it for 3 or 4
Yeah, it
years
wasn't
because you
available
can't
at the
afford it?
beginning, Yeah, I mean that's probably when the technology came out for CDs. But
Yeah, so I'm like, that's maybe when the first one was made.
'cause
But
I bought my first stereo. I want to say it was the late 80s. I want to say 88, 89. That had the
Yeah.
CD player in it.
and it did or did not?
It did.
It
yeah.
did.
That's
okay.
why I bought it, and then I bought my first CDs.
Yeah,
and
that's
then-
crazy. That's why I think that maybe was like that, like with color TVs. Like, sure, it was around, but
Yeah.
you weren't.
Yeah, it
We
was,
weren't on that spectrum. Like, we didn't get to have that kind of stuff.
It's like when PlayStation comes out, you buy it 2 years later.
Yeah, you're like, I'm good.
exactly.
I guess Xbox came out with a new one. I was like, well, wait.
So DVDs. Do you remember what was before DVDs?
VHS.
So no, between VHS and DVDs, they had these big. They look like records, like the old
I'm
vinyl
like,
records.
no, I don't.
And they had movies on them. I don't remember what they were called.
Really?
My buddy's dad had them, and I thought it was the coolest thing. And they had a player. You put it in the player,
And
and
it
it would
sucked
play
it in like a
movies.
CD?
Yeah, it was the craziest
Really?
freaking thing. I mean,
No, I don't
can't
remember
remember what
that
it was
at all.
called.
Like, we had VHS.
does anybody
We had
remember
tapes.
those? They were big. They were just like an old record, and they played.
And
They played movies.
Did it go into?
I don't remember if it went in or set down. I think it went in because it was still laser. It still worked off of a laser, but I can't remember what the hell they were called. And then shortly after that,
The
when
CDs.
the DVDs came
Yeah.
out, I couldn't believe how small they were because I was used to this big
These
freaking
big, huge
thing.
ones.
Yeah, my buddy Scott, his dad had a whole bunch of movies, and I remember watching them. And we all remember VHS. I mean,
Yeah.
the quality was crappy. At the time,
that's all we knew. It's better than nothing. That's
Yeah.
all we knew.
And when
then
these
you look
things
at it
came
now.
out, and then I watched a movie on it, it was like being in the theater. Like it was
yeah.
crystal clear, and it was crazy. I can't remember what they were called. They were out for a very short period of time.
I don't remember.
I wanna say-
never. Honestly, don't remember. Maybe I
Yeah.
didn't have the right kind of friends. Did you have rich friends?
No, he wasn't. His dad was a carpenter.
Oh, so maybe you trade it for something.
Yeah, I don't know. Laser is that what they were called? Laser disc, just laser disc? Maybe. I mean, yeah.
Never heard of them.
they were crazy.
I'm gonna have to look those up. Like I've never even seen a picture of one.
I haven't even seen them anywhere. I don't even know if they have a player anywhere that would
Oh,
play
I'm
them.
sure you're not going to now because it was such a tidbit in time.
And like I said, it was a short period of time because shortly after I saw those, that's when the DVDs came
That's
out.
when DVDs came out. That's crazy. No,
Yeah.
I've never even.
It was pretty.
They were the
cool.
size of a 12-inch record. The first mobile phone came out in Motorola.
In 1973.
I'm going to assume that's 1973 at a cost of $4,000.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I believe that. Like it was so expensive.
Jeez.
73. Yeah, we assume that, Dad. They were the size of a 12-inch record. Did they suck in, Christine, like into the player, or did they sit on top?
That I don't remember. I want to say it sucked in because, like I said, it was laser. It read same way a DVD does.
Just bigger, because they were trying to figure out how to condense it, I'm
Yeah.
sure. And then somebody's like, I can make it smaller.
They were super cool. Like if I could find, if I found a player and found those
You would
discs,
just
I would
die.
100% buy one. 100%. They were just so cool.
I don't think you'd ever find them.
Probably not. You would, like a diehard collector would probably have them.
Yeah, you remember that $4,000 for that phone? Yeah.
That one guy that we bought those recorders
Oh,
from,
my
he
goodness,
would have something
them.
like that. Yeah.
Seriously.
100%.
We need to find that guy again. So, Generation Y or millennials. Music was hip hop and rap, became increasingly popular.
I mean, there's so many artists to name.
Oh,
I didn't name half the artists. That
This
were in
isn't
there,
even
I
a
don't
quarter of
think.
them. Phil Collins, nah. Journey, meh. Guns
Guns
N'
N'
Roses,
Roses,
meh.
Motley
Motley Crue,
Crue.
nope.
Ooh, you're gonna
Boys to Men is the only one that like I listened to on there, and that wasn't even a quarter of it.
you're gonna upset Andrea.
I know.
She's not on tonight.
I
She's
love
in
her,
She's
but
in
no.
DC tonight.
Oh yeah, I knew that she had her
Yeah.
business thing. I did not get into like any of that until later in life.
See, I personally think, and every generation is going to say, my generation had the best music, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what they.
Absolutely, that's what you grew up with.
But I grew up with everything. I listened to the oldies.
Yeah.
I listened to everything. I listened to
That's
jazz,
kinda like I did
swing
too.
music. I still think for my music, the best time was the 80s.
Yeah,
I enjoyed the 80s the most. I mean, I love
I
the
wasn't
oldies
an
and
80s
stuff.
one. I'm a
but-
90s girl.
Yeah.
Like 80s had good songs, like
Yeah.
the one-offers or whatever, the ones that were popular. But I couldn't sit there and like listen to a Phil Collins record and know any other than his top songs.
Yeah.
So it just wasn't my thing.
Like I said, I think every generation has their favorite music. They say their
person, yeah.
generation, was the
Absolutely.
best music or whatever.
Absolutely.
But I think the 80s really opened up a lot for musicians when it came
Well, it
to
was
music.
a lot more diversified.
Well, electronic music started becoming more popular. Keyboards were
Yep.
bigger.
You had more things you can do,
yeah.
more voice stuff, more. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so I
definitely
think-
think so.
yeah.
I think that's when the creativity went, oh, wait, what can
Yeah.
we do?
Yep. Yeah, and I agree with Dad on this too. 1950 started off. It really did. I mean, it kicked off. I mean, if it wasn't for the
That's
50s,
when they started bringing all the instruments together and doing more things and
Right.
collaborating. And
I mean, if it wasn't for the late 50s, we wouldn't have rock. I don't think rock and roll would have been
No.
what it is.
No, not at all.
If yeah.
Elvis didn't start shaking his moneymaker
He was
with his
all-
blue suede shoes.
It was all devil music back then, remember? Mm-hmm. All devil music.
And then everybody started talking about it. No, I can't believe, because there was nothing other than church music before that.
Right.
And there was choirs, there
Southern
was that,
music.
there was,
and,
yeah.
Yep.
And that was it. You didn't have anything. And then Elvis got up there and decided to start shaking his moneymaker. It's all downhill from there.
Yep. And not only music, but there was a lot of throughout the
Oh my
1981 to 95 span. There was a
So
lot
many
of good
good
movies
movies.
that came out. And again, this doesn't even touch half the movies, but it
Oh, see,
was
Top Gun was until later.
popular for teen movies during the early
16,
80s.
the, like,
16 Candles,
16
right.
Candles, The Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller, all
Yeah.
the like feel good movies. E.T.
Jurassic Park.
E.T. was
Home
the first
Alone.
of their like to actually put an alien out there.
No, Close Encounters of the Third
Didn't
Kind.
have an actual alien.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it did
shadow.
at the end. No, at the end it showed the aliens coming
Did
out of
it?
the ship. Yeah.
It showed shadows. I didn't know
No,
it
it
actually
showed the
them.
actual aliens.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
See how much I paid attention.
I mean, the idea of the movie, yeah, was completely original, but
Absolutely. It was so cute. And then Jurassic Park, Home Alone, Batman, never didn't see it. Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, Terminator, bleh, and Gremlins. Gremlins.
see, Batman, I think that first Batman with Michael Keaton, I still say is probably one of the best Batmans ever. One of the best Batmans ever.
That's that one, right?
Yeah.
I'm Batman.
Not quite like that, but
Tougher. Gremlins.
they're coming out with
like
another
Grem-
one.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to know? You might be saved $50.
Why?
Heard the new Fast and Furious sucks.
Really?
I'm super sad. And the kids at the therapy was like, yeah, this guy was like pulling a car with like the helicopter shoots him with the harpoon, and then he's like pulling the helicopters and they hit each other, and then he's hitting cars with the helicopters, and I was like, what? Are we doing? Yeah, I don't think I want to go see that.
I just think when you start making more than 3 or 4, you run out of shit to talk about.
Shh.
Just my opinion.
It's cars and things blow up. It's a great idea, and then you are apparently being harpooned by helicopters.
Helicopters.
So.
Yeah.
I'm out. I can't do it.
Good stuff. Did our screen double?
No, you
Or did
literally
you
did it
go
twice.
back?
Nope.
I guess
you
I
did it
did, didn't I?
twice.
Oh,
Good
well.
job. I was like, we already did this.
I was sick. What do you want?
He was sick. At least it's good.
Do I have an excuse?
Gen Zers.
Gen Zers. Let's talk about the Gen Zers, shall we?
First social generation to grow up with the internet and mobile devices readily available.
Right.
Yep. .com boom and crash. I don't know what that means.
the .com era when .com became big,
But how did it crash?
because everybody, I don't know.
Okay.
Something happened where everybody was buying into the .com and it crashed.
Like in the stocks and
Yeah.
stuff? Or like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's why I was like, I don't get it.
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know enough about the .com era to comment on that. Maybe
right,
John
then.
does, or maybe Dad does. But
I was like, I don't know what
I
that
never got
means. Like
involved with that.
.com to me, I just think of like any internet-based anything.
Well, that's what I mean. That's how .com started, because there was no, CoffeeTableChronicles.com before that.
Well, I
You
know.
the
That's what
whole-
I'm saying. Like, how did
Yeah.
it crash? Because everything else is still .com. Did you know that if you're out of the country, you're not .com?
Oh, you
Canadia's .io.
.ua or something, or
No,
whatever it
.io
may
is
be.
Canada.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was different options. Freaked me out a little bit. I totally just dumped water on my computer.
Don't change it.
Don't break it. I'm so sorry. We're good. We're good. It's fine. Just shit.
What are you doing?
Sorry, it's getting the water off. It's fine. It's fine. .com boom and crash. We experienced 9/11. Ooh, I remember that. That was the year I graduated. Canada CA. Who's IO? Zen2 Gen 0. So you have an equal. Who's
I
IO?
don't
Because
know
I
who
have a ton
IO
of
is.
IOs, and they were based in Canada, so I figured it was Canada.
Huh.
Don't know. So experience 9/11. That was terrifying. You were here, right?
I was in Vegas.
You were in Vegas, but I mean, you were not in New York.
No, it was not.
Crazy. Yeah, I was at home.
It was just before I moved to Arizona when that happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was at home, and I remember my mom, because she was a teacher, she'd always watch TV in the morning before, like, as she was getting ready, making her lunch and everything. And she was running in. She was like, "You have to get up." And I was like, "What?" And she was like, "Somebody just flew into a building." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then we were watching it as the second plane hit. And she was like, "Oh my God." And I was like, "I don't even know what to do. Like, what do we do? Do you go to work? Do you not go to work? Like,
Yeah.
we're in Arizona. This doesn't have anything to do with us, but like, this is bad." So we ended up going to work, or going to, like, I went to school, Mom went to work. But yeah, it was crazy. That's all we talked about at school that whole day. Like, everything, everybody had it on. Like, nobody did anything.
There was a huge impact.
It was
huge.
insane. It was absolutely insane. So I think that definitely changed that generation and everybody who saw that.
Yeah.
There was an increase of mental illness. Like, how much of an increase? Like, a good increase?
Don't know.
Okay.
I didn't go too
Don't
deep into
ask
this
questions
stuff.
when Keith's sick and he didn't dig into things. Screen time leading to sleep deprivation. I understand that, because that's when, like, games were coming out and people were playing on games and doing stuff like that and not going to sleep. So that could help with the mental illness too, since you're not doing,
Yeah.
Wheeling, West Virginia, and I was running to 3 schools to get my kids out of there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a crazy time.
That's crazy. Like I said, we were over here, so we didn't, I mean, it was on every TV, but we didn't do any, like, precautions or anything, because nothing really came over here.
Going back to mental illness, why do
Yeah.
you think the mental illness increased during those years, though? What would have caused that?
Because we are only on, so going back to, gotta go through that twice, sorry. Going back to right here. They grew up on mobile devices, social media. That, I truly think our social media has been the decline of all of this.
Well, that's what Dad said. Gen Z
I
is the
think-
start of the end of us all.
I think that, and not necessarily from the people, from the social media. We put everything at everybody's fingertips. You don't have to get anything. You don't have to work anything anymore. Like, you literally have everything right there. And then it became to, yeah, I bet, Dad. I especially bet. Oh, that's
wow.
cool.
Wow.
Sad and weird, but cool. What do you do after that? Like, sorry. Yeah, I think that had a lot to do with it. I think that has a lot to do with a lot of things, because you don't, when we grew up, what happened when somebody called you a duty face? They did it to your face.
Yeah, and you saw you either punched them, or you
punched
sucked
it
up and
out,
dealt
or
with
you
it.
sucked it up and you sniveled and walked away and said, "Oh, it won't be toothpaste." Like, it was handled right then and there. It wasn't behind closed doors from somebody across the country, from somebody you don't know. Why do you care?
But I think a lot of what happened when mobile devices and social media really start to take off was now you start to see more things. And I think,
Oh, definitely opened your eyes to more things.
yeah. And I think it put a lot more pressure on younger generations to now have to look better. You know what I mean? It was more of a,
I don't know about that part.
I think there was a
because-
lot of pressure for that though.
Because look at TV and look at the magazines. What did every girl have growing up? Those stupid 17, My Girl, whatever the magazines were. And everybody bought those, and that's what you lived your life off
but they weren't focused so much on beauty though back then.
Oh, yeah, they were.
I don't know.
Oh, God, this is the makeup you need, and these are the clothes you need, and these are the shoes you need, and this is what you have to have, and your hair needs to look like this, and here's your tutorial on how to make your hair look like this. And that's all it was. So I think it was just a different aspect. But again, I don't think we were exposed to as many things. So you were exposed to that, and that was pretty much the end of it.
Right.
Like, you had those 5 magazines or whatever, and you were done. And you had MTV, and you were done. But nowadays, like, you can look at people in Australia and see what they're wearing, and how am I compared to somebody in Australia? Which I don't know. I'm not in Australia. I don't care.
I mean, you look at musicians in the 80s, some of them were some pretty ugly
Ooh, all of
mofos,
them were. There was
right?
not any cute musicians
I mean,
in the 80s.
now it's all about, they all have to be
It's how you look.
beauty queens.
It has nothing to do with your talent.
Right. And I think
It's
that's
all about visual. But again, in the 80s, what did you have? You had the radio, you had CDs, you had concerts. Nobody's going to see you up close.
we had MTV.
Yes and no, you had videos. You didn't necessarily even have to be in the video.
Right.
Could be a cartoon video, could be anything. So I'm
Yeah.
like, you had ways of not being, any of that.
I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
So I don't know. I really think our devices are what did us in. Like, that was, I think it's great because we had it. You did have hair bands, Christine. Yeah, that's true.
The sleep deprivation
Has to do with,
has to do with mental illness too. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. You don't sleep, you go crazy.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
which-
I remember there were nights where I'd play video games and I'd lose track of time. It'd be 2 in the
done.
morning
That's what
by
I'm
the time
saying.
I'm
Like, you have
looking
these
and,
kids,
you
you have these kids playing games and
till
stuff.
4 in the
Done.
morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it.
And you were like, oh, wait, I got to go to school tomorrow. And you were awful the whole next day. But, like, you have days and days and days of that, because by the time you get home, you know you're not going to be tired again. You play games again. Like, you're 3-4 days into this. Yeah, that affects your mental health.
Yeah.
You don't get that back.
Dad agrees with you.
Oh, crap. That's terrifying, Dad. Don't do that. Eat your pie. Yeah, I think that's what started a lot of it.
Yeah.
First black president elected. I voted for him. I'm so sorry. It was my first president I ever got to vote for. I was super excited.
Yeah.
Why not pick the black guy? Didn't know he was married to a black guy. So sorry.
Quit. Oh boy.
I know so much now.
There goes YouTube.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
I say they put
insane.
rise of climate change in there, and I climate change I think has always been, even in the 80s. It was
Somebody's
a topic,
always been hollering about that.
but I think it really started getting more publicity during this time.
I don't know how you can. I don't truly know how you can be any sort of sane person and tell me that, like, climate change is affected by any person. Humans aren't doing this. The world is on a cyclical cycle. We know this. Watch this with the pants that keep coming around. Like, we have no idea what the climate's going to do.
You just compared climate to pants.
I know. That's literally that simple. It's on a circle. Like, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's coming. We've only been watching weather for 100 years?
Well, is climate changing? Yes, of course it is.
Of course it's changing, but it's always going to change. The earth is literally spinning.
Well,
what do you expect?
And we brought this up before on a lot of our shows. It just seems to be that the United States is responsible for everything. You know what I mean? And
Why
it's
not?
like,
Why not blame daddy?
we know China is the biggest offender.
But not
you know,
even
when it
that.
comes to-
Well, how do we know that anything we're doing? I mean,
I'm sure
granted,
it does. I'm sure it does.
the shit in the water, we can stop that. That's just not necessary.
But I'm sure
like,
it does. I'm sure the carbon's going into the air.
I'm sure it is.
does
But how do we
something
know
to the
it's?
atmosphere.
How do we know that we are ever going to see that?
But we don't know if it's a coincidence that's happening
And
or
things are changing.
Or
Come on
things
now.
are just changing on the planet. I mean, look at us. You and I were just talking today. We have
Oh,
not
it's beautiful. It's
been
not
over
even
100 degrees.
not like a minute.
And
Like
tomorrow's June
101.
1st.
It's beautiful.
And normally this time we're
Hot.
over 100.
It's Arizona. It's just hot. Just always hot.
1940 scientists said dropping the atom bomb would contribute to major climate change. Well, I mean,
How do you know?
that I wouldn't necessarily disagree
Yeah.
with. I mean, splitting of the atoms is a huge
Who knows what the heck's
Yeah.
going to happen with that? That just sounds bad all around.
I mean, you talk about the amount of heat that gives off on the explosion.
Anything.
I'm
what,
sure.
What things are going to do when you blow them up? What's going to happen after that? Like, atoms are not supposed to be just like flying around. They're supposed to be connected to
and
stuff.
we definitely did our fair share of testing. So
Yeah, there's that. Oh, that's your friend.
there's your lovely Gen Zers right there.
Wow.
This is what they've come to.
Protect trans kids with a chick with tape on her boobs. That's somebody I want representing me. Okay.
I was trying to find that chick that they always show. She wears glasses. She's got blonde hair.
The one that's always screaming at people.
Oh yeah, she's screaming like her
Yeah.
freaking neck is her veins
I
are
know
popping
she
out of her
is,
neck.
yeah.
I couldn't find that picture. I was trying to find
Oh,
it.
she's everywhere. And then Greta. What is she, like 12?
I don't know how old she is. She started when she was super young though.
I know, but like you're 12.
Yeah.
Shut up. Why are we listening to you?
She's an
You
idiot.
don't know anything. Oh, no, wait. You scream louder. Okay. I got you.
Yeah, she's dumb.
You can do your music. We know what's next.
Oh, was it that time already?
It is that time.
Oh, okay.
It is the Wacky Wednesday file.
The Wacky Wednesday file.
I can go here.
Wacky
When's
Wednesday
it gonna be the
file.
80s?
All right, so it's not really a wacky file, but
Oh.
it's interesting. So 10 things people were guilty of in the 80s.
Ooh. Buying a Betamax because we were so sure it was the way
Betamax
of the
before it was-
future. Oh. What is that thing?
It's like a stereo system, kind of.
Okay. I see the Sony on there. Nobody thought Sony was going to make it?
That's what that was.
Oh, was
the
a
way of the
Betamax
future.
made by Sony?
I don't know if they were
Does
the
it say
same company
Sony
or
in the
not.
corner? Sorry.
Does it? Does it say Sony?
I don't know. I can't tell. It's right there.
Huh.
It's little. Blow that up.
I thought that was cool though.
That was your Wacky Wednesday file?
No. There's more.
Okay.
There's 10 things.
Okay.
I just
That's
thought
why
the
was like,
picture was
really?
cool.
10
I
things
haven't
people
seen a
were
Betamax
guilty of
in
in
a
the
long time.
80s. Using an insane amount of Aquanet.
Right?
Watching terrible videos on MTV. Oh my God. And then I remember waiting. You're like, this is an awful song. And you just sit there and watch it anyways because you had nothing else to do. Memorizing phone numbers. Did you memorize them or did you have them written somewhere?
No, I memorized them.
See, my dad had a phone number wall. I don't know if it's a stereo, John. Like, they're all written. They're still under the paint at the house.
Are they really? I think I had a phone book too, but
Did you?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Dad wrote them on the wall. If you go in his room, he still has them on the wall. Wearing head to toe denim, yeah, that was terrifying.
That was popular.
I'm glad we missed that. Turning spandex into everyday wear, yeah, unfortunately that kept going.
Yep.
Dressing like Madonna, never did that.
No.
No.
Well, I want to say she was more popular early 80s.
Well, no, she was still popular with us.
Yeah.
I just was not that kind of gal. Believing the drug epidemic could be solved by just saying no. Oh yeah, say no to drugs.
I think that was Nancy Reagan's slogan.
What was
wasn't
it? Was
just say no.
It was what was it called? It wasn't Task. It was. I know you know. Don't look at me like I'm crazy. What was that? And they had shirts and stuff.
Well, there was MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
No, it wasn't that. It was like a school thing, and you'd get a shirt when you did it. And it stood for like, say no to drugs, but it was like catchier than that. I know you know. It was like, oh, okay, it was a competitor to VCR.
That's right. That's what a Betamax was.
Okay. Yeah, you know those, gotta know how to pay the bills. What was it? It was like
Thanks,
rad or drug or something like
oh,
that.
maybe it was rad.
No. That doesn't sound right.
No?
No, but it was something like that. Come on, guys.
I don't remember.
I know you know. I'm going to think of it later. Because I remember, I can literally picture the shirts. They were super.
Sad.
No.
No? Students. No, isn't that drunk driving, though?
Students
Christine?
Against Drunk
Students
Driving.
Against
Yeah.
Drunk Driving?
No, it wasn't. It was like maybe it was just an Arizona thing. I'm going to have to look it up. Okay.
No, I think I remember you.
It was so weird.
I remember there was something with drugs.
It was, it was like oh my God, it's right there. It wasn't rad. It was,
You'll think of it.
it's driving me nuts. I can't do it. I'm so sorry. And wearing neon. Thank God I missed all of that.
Tying a sweater around your neck that you never intended to wear. That happened a lot. I saw that a lot.
Oh, ours was around our waist.
Was it? That's
Yeah,
it.
we didn't
I
do
saw
around the
that
neck.
too.
We did ours around the waist. Because mom made you take a sweater, and so you tied it around your waist. And then who knows where you ended up with it, because you never came home with it. Where's
That's
your
true.
sweater? And I'm
It's in
like,
your locker.
crap. We didn't have lockers.
Oh, really?
No, we weren't allowed to have lockers, not at my high school.
Oh. Well, you went to the hood, didn't you?
Yeah.
I remember the wearing neon thing.
Yeah, like the only place that had lockers was in the locker room, and like the security officer went through every time in between classes and made sure they were all empty.
Right.
Like you did not get a locker.
Huh.
Hey, but at least we didn't have clear backpacks. That was good. Dare!
Dare. Okay.
Yes! Thank you, Christine.
What did DARE stand for, though?
No idea, but it was the Dare shirts, and it was like drugs against rare elephants. I don't know.
Don't make me cough.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I don't know what it standed for, but yes, it was Dare. And like you had to take a class, they gave you a shirt, and like, eh.
I remember DARE. I don't remember what the hell it stands. I can't remember anything tonight. My head's so foggy.
What does Dare stand for? Christine, let us know. Yeah, it was Dare. I remember that. I'm like, it's right there. God, I could see the pictures. That headlines. Let's see what happened this
So
week.
Arthur sent me a headline that we'll talk about.
This is
in a little bit.
Arthur's?
No, not.
No, this
not
was
one.
mine. So Target has lost $9 billion amid the Pride merchandising controversy.
And now who stepped on the bandwagon?
Since the somebody else we need to talk about too. Is it
Yeah.
in here?
No.
Since the backlash hit Target, the Minneapolis-based retailer stock has dropped some 12%, according to data published by the Dow Jones Market Data Group. That amounts to a loss of more than $9 billion in market value.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Yup.
Which-
Never went to Target already, so I'm good.
So the other group that jumped on board is Kohl's. Now
Yep.
Kohl's is starting to do it too.
Super. So, and actually, when we went there, didn't I say, oh, look, now we've jumped on the bandwagon? And it was like a little tiny
Section.
thing. Yeah, it was a little tiny section. Did not see the kids' clothes. That would have taken me over the edge.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to make a pride shirt, whatever, bro, go for it. Or a little towel, sure. You start putting it on infant clothing that says, I eat vag. Really not okay with that.
It did not say that on a
Yeah, it did.
child shirt.
It was a onesie. Yep.
Wow.
That says, I eat vag. So there's that. Yes, drug abuse resistance education.
Oh, okay.
Yep. We went to the Dare thing, and then we went out back to our buddy's house and smoked some weed. It was great. Learned so much.
You're a
Good stuff.
pillar to your community.
Pillar. Really? Hey, at least they knew I was going to go do it.
So yeah, this is what Arthur sent me today.
Trump vows to end birthright citizenship if elect. Ooh.
So this is interesting. I didn't really know a lot about the 14th Amendment, but go ahead and read that.
So Trump, sorry, I was going to eat that ice and then it was bigger than I thought it was. That's what she said. Trump vows to end birthright citizenship if elected in 2024. A Supreme Court ruling issued in 1898, United States versus Wong Kim Ark, God bless you, said that a man born to Chinese nationals could remain in the United States to keep his citizenship. That case was filed after Wong traveled to China for a visit when he was 22 and was then denied re-entry into the United States. Oh, so he was here until he was 22 and then went home.
Right.
In a 6-2 vote, the High Court said that the 14th Amendment applied to most people who were born in the United States, except for children of enemies of the country or of foreign diplomats. What's considered an enemy of the country? It also ruled that children born on Native American reservations may be exempt.
So go on,
Okay.
go on. Keep
Oh, there's more. Sorry.
Yeah, keep going.
That's 14?
Yeah, 14th
Okay.
Amendment.
I didn't learn Roman numerals in school. Section 1.
I have questions about this, so.
You're going to ask me when I can't even read 14th.
No, I'm going to
All
ask John
persons-
specifically. 'Cause
John,
he knows this stuff
listen.
like the back of his hand.
All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, or deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. Keep going.
So my question is,
All persons born or naturalized in the United States are subject to the jurisdiction thereof of the United States and of the state wherein they reside, but it doesn't say where they were born.
so the big discussion comes down to when you're here illegally, you have a child here in the United States.
you
Now
come
your
here
child
knocked up.
gets to stay
Yep.
because they were born here.
Yep.
But my question
happens
is,
all the time.
Yeah. But my question is to John, it says all persons born or naturalized in the United States, if you're a naturalized citizen, these parents are not. So
No.
how does that work? I mean,
No, the kid
does-
stays, the parents leave.
that's how it's set up now. But is that really what the 14th Amendment was talking about? I mean, I think they're meaning if kind of what happened to that Wong guy, if you're born here,
Well,
you-
he
you
was going
leave,
to visit
you,
his
you
parents.
can come back. I don't think it means you could just come here illegally, have a
Have
kid,
baby, and then
throw your
leave.
kid out there. I think it's misconstrued how it was,
It's the way it's written. It doesn't
originally-
say you can't do that. You can't assume. I know. We don't know. It's not written that way. We don't know.
I don't know, because I don't know if, I don't know. I don't look at it that way, but maybe
That's perception. That's
Yeah.
what kills you. That's not, it does not say that. It doesn't say that I can't come over here knocked up and have a kid and then leave and the kid has to stay because the kid's, John says,
yeah. I mean,
I don't know. Doesn't say. Doesn't say yay, doesn't say nay.
because the parents are here illegally. They're
So
breaking the law.
but the kid wasn't. You can't punish the kid for the parents' crimes. Again, that
get
kid's
that.
not going to grow up with his parents. The parents have nothing. Like you were bad, you get to go back.
But that's
your
the thing. We
issue.
stopped exporting the parents, though.
Why do we not export the parents?
We stopped.
Why?
I don't think we do it as much as we used to.
We don't do anything. We have an open border.
Well, that's beside the point.
But we were 100%. Like we'd have mothers that would come in.
Well, yeah, I remember
and have
when
babies.
everybody
We'd
was.
send them back.
I remember it was bitching that they're going to
then
be
kids
they're going to
were-
be parentless and
They
all
are,
that
yeah.
stuff.
Oh
I
no,
mean,
that was way before that. But yeah, we've done it for years in the hospital. You set them up with CPS. They go. They have the baby after they're medically cleared. They goodbye.
so they can win in the system.
They go into the system. Yep. So
Interesting. Well, I like I told Arthur, I said,
Sucks.
I don't really think. I mean, it's all good in theory, but I don't. First of all, I don't think Trump's going to get in, but that's just my opinion.
But again, why? So what's he going to do to end birthright citizenship? So what happens if your parents are, he can't. What happens if two parents live here, born here, American, 4 generations American, because we're not everybody American, has a kid? Is that kid now not a citizen? You're ending birthright citizenship. Does this kid now have to apply for citizenship because he was born in California? Can't have both edges of the sword.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to end it to that degree.
That's-
though. I think he's going to make a stipulation in there that
You
says
can't
if
make
you
a
come over
stipulation
here-
in there.
I
You have
think,
to-
I think you can. I really think you can. You're breaking the law by coming over here illegally. So I don't think your kid should get to stay.
Well, if you don't get a pass. If you're illegal, the kids are still illegal. If you're a citizen, the kids are a citizen. You can't have this one or the other. So that's what's going to be tricky is you're going to have to rewrite that whole thing.
Kids born here are auto citizens, and parents are allowed to stay to care for that kid, even if illegals.
We've shipped them back, so I don't know.
I know there was a point in time we were shipping them back because I remember the news was all up in arms about
Well,
it.
that was
we're
when-
ripping these parents away from these
their
children.
kids.
And I
That
remember
was
it
during
a
Rona.
whole big thing.
That was during Rona.
No, it was before that.
Was that?
Yeah, it was before that. Way before that. Yeah.
We've been doing it for years. The whole time I've been in the
Yeah, it's-
hospital.
it's-
You come over, you have a kid, they send you back. Like, you're not legal. Bye.
Yeah, so I remember when Sheriff Joe was going through kicking all these people out of here. That's when the
Can we
news
get
started
him back
hitting.
with his pink panties? Sorry. Don't make Keith laugh. So sorry. Sorry, that was me going back. Okay, national news. Starting in the 1890s.
This is continued from the 14th
Oh.
Amendment.
Starting in the 1890s, however, courts have ruled that the federal government's sovereign and plenary power over immigration can supersede
Supersede.
these civil rights protections, such as in cases involving excludable aliens and unauthorized immigrants whose immigration-related status are handled through the immigration bureaucracy and courts. I don't know what that means.
So is that saying that that's kind of what I was saying. So if you're here illegally, that doesn't count for your child.
Your kid's still a citizen. Your kid gets a birth certificate. They get a social security number. They're born here. Especially in a hospital. Like, that's automatically done. They don't ask about the parents. So, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
It'll
But
be
again,
interesting to
like,
see what
if
happens.
you're going to take that away and make it not a national birthright, who does that apply to? Does that apply to everybody? Does that apply to Arizonans, to New Yorkers, to Californians? If you're not automatically a citizen, what do you do then?
I don't know. It would be a good
Of
question
course,
for Arthur, though.
States to
John, it'd be
ratify,
okay.
yeah. See what he knows. It's definitely interesting.
I mean, he would probably know the law, I would think.
Yeah. But again, it changes all the time, so. South Dakota governor tells higher education board to remove mandates on preferred pronouns. What? South Dakota Governor Christine Noem, like Noem?
No.
Oh, like no. Issued a letter on May 25th to the governing board that oversees the 6 public universities in the state. In it, she lamented, I don't know what that word is, about the situation of higher education in the country and challenged the board to a series of actions to show the nation what quality higher education is supposed to look like.
So they're trying to
there
make
more to it?
exceptions for the pronouns that everybody uses. The he,
To
she,
remove
it,
mandates.
You know.
Nobody uses them in school.
But they were mandating. Schools are mandating it.
To what? Call you a she? Your name is Sir Keith?
However they were wording
Keith?
it.
No, you just...
Two Americans traveled to Brazil, and there's a child born there. The child is still a U.S. citizen. Why doesn't that apply here in the U.S.?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't get it. Like, you are whatever your parents are.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. It never has. So, I don't know. Yeah, like, what if you're on vacation, you decide you to have that baby early when you shouldn't be having that baby?
That's a good point. That really is a good point.
Yeah,
makes sense.
it's never made sense to me because we actually had a same thing, like a husband and wife that were from Africa or something, and they were here. He was here on business, and she was coming because she was at the beginning of her third trimester, and no, yeah, she was like 7, so she was 22, 24 weeks, and super early. Shouldn't have had having this baby. Starts going into labor. We had her on bed rest for like 4 weeks. And then she finally had the baby. And they actually had to fight to make them not a citizen. He was like, no, this baby's coming back with me. Like, we're going to go on the private jet as soon as they're released, go home. Like, no, you can't. And it was a big, huge thing. Like, it was a big, huge hoopla. So it's crazy. Stop trying to get more people. We don't need them.
Right.
Healthcare workers win revival of a lawsuit against Maine COVID vaccine mandate. Why are we still even fighting this? Maine's
still going through
2021
court.
mandate prohibited religious exemptions from the mandate, but not medical ones, which was a violation of Title V of the Civil Rights Act of healthcare workers who
Title
were
VII.
fired, 12, for not being vaccinated, said in the suit. See, we actually had that excuse. They didn't approve it, but...
Weren't they going to court on it here, though?
Oh, yeah.
Too, or no?
There's too many in court. Can't get anything done. Army Sergeant reunite local.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be cute.
Yeah, I thought it was a cute story.
Why are you going to put something cute on there when I want a Great Dane? Army Sergeant reunited with beloved dog after year-long deployment. Oh, Arizona Humane Society offers a free program called Project Activity Duty.
Project Active Duty.
Active Duty, which places animals in foster care where military members are on deployment. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know
they did that. Yeah, I had no idea they did that.
Because what if you're a single person and you're getting deployed? Where's your baby go?
Yep.
U.S. Army Sergeant Sabrina Ruckes is celebrating a special moment with her pup after a year-long deployment. You have a picture, right?
No.
No.
No, I did not.
You're going to give me that kind of story and not give me
There
a
was no
picture?
picture for the story, actually. It was a video. But I thought that was
That's
cool.
so
I didn't know that was
cool.
done here in Arizona. And it's
No.
completely free.
I love Humane Society.
So,
They're awesome.
yeah.
Dad had to fix tires at the Humane Society. He can't go back anymore. Because it's all pitties.
Come home with puppy dogs.
Yeah, he was like, it's all pitties. I can't go anymore, especially since you got a pitty. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Oh, God.
We're kind of early.
It's kind of bad. It's 8:13.
Yeah, it's early.
We're actually right where we should be.
Are we? Okay.
Where's Wendy? We'll let everybody play, so we'll wait.
All right.
You ready for your music?
Not really, but. Sorry.
We wonder why I'm going to be sick. I sound funny. Do I sound funny?
No. I sound funny.
You don't. You just can't hear.
I can't hear. I can't breathe.
You sound
I'm
normal.
coughing.
But you don't. Okay.
No, it's crazy. So test your 80s knowledge.
In which video game did the iconic Mario first appear? Mario Brothers.
Nope.
That's not even an option. What?
Because that wasn't the first game he appeared in. You guys can play at home, too, if you know this, because we got plenty of time.
So Frogger was the frog that jumped across the road.
Yep.
Asteroids was the
That space
pew,
one
pew,
where,
pew,
yeah.
pew, 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 pew. So of course he's not going to be in that one. Donkey Kong was a monkey that like ran through stuff and threw barrels at people, right?
Yep.
And then Duck Hunt, you had the gun and you shot the ducks. None of those has Mario.
Let's see. Christine says D.
Duck Hunt?
Nope. Oh, she said Duck Hunt.
1D. She's D is Duck Hunt.
Oh.
D for Duck Hunt.
That's not correct.
Well, I didn't hit the button yet.
Does anybody else want to throw
None
a guess
of them
out there?
are. I don't say any of them. I say 0. Frogger had literally no characters other than a frog and cars. Asteroids had the shooter guy, literally no characters. I'm gonna go Donkey Kong because it can't be Duck Hunt. Oh, it was Donkey Kong.
It is Donkey Kong.
No pictures.
He made his first appearance.
Why is there no pictures?
You really wanted pictures?
I do. I don't believe Mario was in.
He was.
Where?
I don't remember where, but he
No,
was.
don't we have
he
Donkey
was a
Kong downstairs?
character, possibly. But the original Donkey Kong. I'm talking arcade Donkey Kong. I think. I don't know if we're talking about. the one that
Oh,
we have.
not like
'Cause
that
there's been several
one.
versions of it. So.
Oh, Jay said C. CJ's right with
Yep.
me. Okay.
All right, next question.
Which cereal was kid tested and mother approved? Oh, Kix. Kid tested, mother approved. Oh. Or was it?
Get you thinking, doesn't it?
I was going to say Trix.
Tricks are for kids.
Special K is new. Right? Yeah, Special
Yeah,
K
Special K
is
is
newer.
new. Yeah.
Cheerios have been around forever. Wheaties forever. I don't know how old Kix are. Did you have Kix growing up?
I think we did. Yeah, I think we had kicks. Yeah.
Oh.
What do you think, Christine?
I want to peek. AJA. Everybody says Kix. I think I'm going to go with Kix. Like,
You
I
going
remember
kicks?
the commercial.
And it is kicks.
I was like, can't be Special K. That's new. And then
It was
they
on
got
the very
weird
end of the commercial, wasn't it?
Kid tested, mother,
Mother
approved.
approved. Yeah.
They had like that. 80s commercials, man.
They were crazy.
We should just do a show on 80s commercials.
What commercial mascots got so popular they had their own primetime special?
What?
Yep.
Wasn't it the Raisins? Or no?
They were popular.
Because Snap Crackle,
California raisins.
Snap Crackle,
That's your
Pop,
Rice Krispies, guys.
those were Rice Krispies guys, and then they made the.
But the M&Ms were popular too.
Did they have a show? Cinnamon Toast Crunch Chefs. That's funny. I'm gonna say raisins.
You're saying raisins?
I'll say raisins. What commercial? They had a commercial?
What commercial
I'm like,
mascots?
so-
Oh yeah, there was the raisin commercial. You guys are both going to see?
The raisin commercial?
Yeah, California raisins.
Again, is there gonna be a picture?
No. We don't put pictures on the quiz.
I like pictures.
What fruit appears on the first level of Pac-Man? I haven't played Pac-Man in years,
Cherry.
so I couldn't even remember.
A cherry. A cherry. I love Pac-Man. Love Pac-Man.
This is pretty good.
Is it? I drink it after you, but you've already made me sick.
It's not as good as the Atomic Pumpkin, but it's good.
Does it smell good? What's it smell like?
Probably orange.
Oh, it does smell like orange. It smells like beer, too. That was
What do you guys think, Christine?
I'm
You
gonna
guys
cherry.
going with cherry?
cherry.
All right, they're going with cherry too. I think that's unanimous.
Cherry.
You and your sound effects.
What was the original name of the Rubik's Cube?
This I thought was interesting.
The angina?
Enigma,
Enigma?
Rainbow Cube, Magic Cube, Square Box, or Enigma Machine.
I don't know. It was the Rubik's Cube for me.
Did
Can you
really-
do one?
Did you really say angina?
Angina? I was like, what? That sounds bad. Hey, I didn't say vagina machine.
Sorry, can't laugh.
I'm going to go.
So for you, it was always Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, it was always Rubik's Cube for me. I didn't know it as anything else.
All right,
Granted, I didn't hang out with many people who did it, so I don't know. But like
I couldn't do it.
B and
So
yeah, I'm
Jay
with
doesn't
Jay.
know.
Oh,
It was the Magic Cube.
I wouldn't have guessed Magic Cube. Rainbow Cube would have been my first guess because it's Rainbow
Yeah,
Cube.
I mean that would make sense with all the colors.
But
on it.
Magic Cube, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Can you do one?
I don't know the pattern.
It's like top, left, top, left, or something. But you have to start it in the right spot to be
Right.
able to get to it. I don't know that.
Yeah, I knew guys that can do it quick, like
Oh!
super fast.
Ooh.
It's-
Um.
So you even play the music on this one? So the green goop on Nickelodeon.
I thought
what
it
was
was
it called?
slime, but now I'm like doubting
Now
myself.
you're doubting yourself, huh?
I remember that
'Cause
show.
was it Splat?
No.
No,
Wasn't Gak, wasn't Dross. I'm gonna go slime.
you're going
Because you
slime.
get slimed. Doesn't mean that's what it was called. Oh, that's terrible.
see what Christine says.
Did you watch those
Christine and
shows?
Jay.
You had
I
to
did.
like stand in the thing. And
Yeah, I did watch.
You pulled the
Nickelodeon.
thing, and you either got it or you didn't, and then the next one went in.
Yeah.
You pulled the thing, and they had all the like jump through this and slide through this, and then you had to like slide through the tube covered in whipped cream and sprinkles or whatever.
A lot of famous people got started on
Those shows.
Nickelodeon. Yeah,
Slime.
it is
Slime.
slime. I'm not gonna play the music. Where was Alf from? I always thought that was interesting.
Melmac.
Melmac, Hoth, Orc,
Oh.
or Ragos.
Ooh. Melmac and Orth are both a thing.
I think Orc was Mork and Mindy, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Mork from Orc, wasn't it?
I don't know. I didn't watch either of them enough to know.
I very rarely watched Alf.
I know
it was
those
a good
names.
show, but I very rarely watched it.
I know those names, but I don't know what is what. Like, I don't know what Hoth is or Reaganese.
Well, Hoth is Star Wars.
Oh, there's that.
Ragos, I have no idea what Ragos is.
A Hoth is Star Wars?
Yeah,
What is a Hoth?
it's a planet.
Okay. So I paid.
What do you think, Christine, Jay? What do you guys
enough
got
attention.
for that one?
Christine
You're
says
going
A,
Melmac?
and Jay goes,
Jay didn't watch it either.
Okay, he's like me.
So
I'm
does
like, I know the
Melmac.
name. Hey, I'm doing pretty good. We can do this more often.
What TV show featured a family with a robotic daughter that tried to pass off as human? I had no idea what this answer was because I don't ever remember show.
Oh, God.
So Small Wonder, Out of This World, Perfect Strangers I remember, and Full House I remember. And that,
Full House, I remember.
and they
Don't
definitely
think there's a
didn't have-
robot in
no.
it. Perfect Strangers didn't watch. Out of This World, Small Wonder. I haven't heard of any of those. I have no idea.
Yeah, Small Wonder and Out of This World I've never heard of. But Perfect Strangers was definitely not, there was definitely no robot in that one.
Okay. So Small Wonder or Out of This World? Christine?
What do you think, Christine?
Do, 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 do.
I'm taking it Jay's not a TV watcher.
Or he wasn't when he was growing up.
Right.
We didn't watch TV growing up. Like, we were always out doing stuff. That's why we didn't have video games or anything.
I mean, it's funny.
But I was also an only child, so it was different.
Because we were both. We played outside during the day, came inside and watched TV at night. Oh, so we have an A and a B there.
Crap.
Well, it's a good 50-50
Well, that doesn't
split
help
there.
me
That
any.
works.
I'm going to go Out of This World just because,
Because of the title.
yeah,
Okay.
not close.
And it's Small Wonder.
Good job, Christine.
I've never heard of the show. Never saw it.
So she was a robotic daughter and tried to pass off as human?
I guess. Yeah. I have
So
to look
there's
that up. What year was the last season of Happy Days? I love Happy Days.
I'm going to go 1984 because it's bolded.
It's bolded.
Don't know why it's bolded. Yeah,
I don't know why it's bolded either. It doesn't look bolded here.
yeah, it is.
Huh.
It's bolded
Don't
up there, too. I'm gonna go
This was not my finest PowerPoint, folks. I was.
Why not? He
I've
was sick.
been really sick and didn't do a lot of research into stuff,
sorry.
but
Came out okay.
it is what it is.
Pretty good. There's a dog dreaming behind us, just so you know. Happy Days was on forever. That was the one where they like were in the diner, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Happy Days.
That was a great show. A lot of stars came out of that one too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Christine says B. J says A. Ooh. I'm gonna go A because it's bolded.
I'm gonna go with C. Ooh, I was
know.
wrong.
Oh, I see. It is bolded. It was bolded for a reason. Good job.
That was a coincidence.
I know.
Which 80s TV show theme begins with "Show Me That Smile Again"? I only know it because I know the show very well.
I don't know any of those shows.
So My Two Dads, The Facts of Life, good movie, good show. Growing Pains and Silver Spoons.
So I've heard of The Facts of Life. I've heard of Growing Pains. I've never seen them. I've never heard of My Two Dads or Silver Spoons.
Yeah, My Two Dads was interesting.
I've never. So I have zero guesses on that.
I didn't really watch Silver Spoons a whole lot.
Show me that smile again. I'm going to go My Two Dads
Are you?
because it seems heartfelt and mushy.
I know my dad knows the answer to this question.
But Dad doesn't play with us.
I know, but I know he knows the
He
answer.
doesn't like to play with us. He's screaming at the TV right now. He doesn't want to play with us.
This was a show we watched all the time in our house.
Oh, I'm going to say Growing Pains then. Sounds like you're sort of. I'm just throwing that out there.
What do you think, Christine? Jay?
Silver Spoon. I've never even heard of that.
You guys are both going Growing
Growing
Pains,
Pains.
and you are correct.
Yay! Okay, yeah, I've heard of Growing Pains. I've heard of The Facts of Life. Never seen either one of them.
Growing Pains was an awesome show. It was a great show. Yeah.
The end. We don't have any CTC shorts.
Not lately. It's been a while.
That would be no.
So we'll have to get some out there.
You need to not be sick and not dying. Because we have a show next week and you're not here and I need you to get it done before you leave.
I'm not going to be here next week again. So I won't be here next week.
I know,
again.
so you need to get the show done before you leave.
I know.
So
What are you guys talking about? We'll have to figure something out.
it's Wednesday. Well,
Yeah, they were good shows. I never watched Silver Spoons, though. I remember it was on. I just never
never
watched
even
it.
heard of it. Like, never heard. But again, we weren't a TV family.
Yeah.
So, like,
Facts of Life was good. That was a good
I remember we watched. What's the Junkyard one?
show. Oh, Sanford and Son?
Sanford and Son, and I have him downstairs. Oh my God, they were hilarious.
They were great.
And we watched Andy Griffith.
Yeah.
And
Tell me you
Yeah,
watched
that was it.
the Jeffersons. You never watched the Jeffersons?
oh, we watched the Jeffersons too.
Right.
They were funny.
So we watched Jeffersons, All in the Family, Growing Pains. What was the one with Steve Urkel? We watched that one a lot too. Shit,
know,
what was
but
the
I know
name
what
of
you're-
that?
I know
What was
what
the
you're
name of
talking
that
about.
show? That was a good show too.
Yeah.
But- That was
Yeah.
funny.
But again, we never really watched any of them like religiously.
Yeah.
It was on, but it wasn't like, oh, it's Tuesday at 8:00. We gotta go watch TV.
Oh, we did.
we
yeah.
were not.
Yeah, we did.
So
But again, we were during the day. We were out. We weren't sitting
Yeah.
around the TV all day. We
Exactly,
very
like-
very rarely would we watch movies or anything during the day.
Yeah.
Very rarely. Like
so it was just like after dinner
yeah. It was usually after dinner we'd sit down and watch.
while people are
watch
taking
a show.
baths and
Yeah.
whatever. And yeah.
No. And occasionally, what's happening? But that wasn't. No, that's not what Urkel did. That wasn't what's happening. Family Matters. Thank you,
Matters. There you
Christine.
go.
That's what it was.
I'm like, what's
Yeah.
happening? I think Dad was.
What's
really
happening was
asking
good
what's happening.
too.
Oh,
What's
is that a
happening?
show?
Yeah, that was a
That's
good
not
show
Dad
too.
asking the question?
No, that was with
Oh.
Dynamite. That guy that did that. Shit, what the hell was his name?
What
that-
did you just do?
Yeah, he goes
Dynamite?
Yeah, that was what's happening. That was a good show.
Wow.
too.
So that just happened.
And it's funny, you know, not to get into racism, but we watched. Okay, we're a white family. We watched a lot of black shows.
They were hilarious. They were good shows.
They were great.
What does it matter what color you were? They were
Yeah.
good shows. There was good white shows. There was good black shows. What does
Right.
it matter the characters that were in them? It's so freaking ridiculous.
It's
now.
crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Loved Sanford and Son. Oh my god.
Yeah, San Francisco was great.
Favorite show ever.
He was freaking Red Fox. He was hilarious.
Oh my god, he's so funny. I
He was
have literally
hilarious.
have like the DVDs downstairs. Yeah. Best thing ever.
The Jeffersons were funny. I mean, All in the Family. That was great. I mean,
Nobody cared.
they had a
It
lot of
wasn't anything
great
about that.
shows. Yeah. I can't watch a lot of the shows today. I mean, but I think a lot of your sitcoms are gone.
You don't have anything.
don't-
You have the
don't
like
see sitcoms. It's all
General Hospital that's been around
forever.
my whole life.
Since like the 30s, I think. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
But
like
it feels
no,
like it.
probably, but like you have those kind of things, and that's it. Like you
But
don't.
now
have
the
any,
TV shows like Family Guy and what are some of the other weird ones? Like they're all cartoons.
Yeah, they're all
And
cartoons.
they're
It's
terrible.
not people.
They're
Simpsons
terrible.
is still around.
I mean, the Simpsons are kind of classic, but the shit they play today is just god awful. I
It's
mean,
ridiculous. It's not even a
terrible.
show. There's no talent.
No.
Like it's literally just a cartoon running
No.
around and like me.
I mean, I think Seth MacFarlane is super talented. I mean, the voices he does, I think he's
absolutely.
very talented.
But
But
how many times can you have the same story?
right, but some of the shows are just so
yeah,
dumb.
it's just it's too much. It's too much.
What was the one with Hank? Was it Hank Hill, the propane guy?
What?
Yeah, what was the name of that cartoon? Oh God.
It was a cartoon?
Yeah, he played like this redneck. He sold propane, I think,
Oh
is
my
what he
goodness,
did.
that's
it was,
funny.
it was a funny cartoon. I mean, I love The Simpsons. I loved, even stupid when you go back to MTV, I used to love Beavis and Butthead.
Oh my goodness. What was
Ren and
the
Stimpy.
cat? Ren and
Ren and
Stimpy.
Stimpy. I used to think they were funny. It's stupid,
Oh my
but
God.
funny.
Oh my
But-
God, Ren and Stimpy. Oh my God.
I just think all the creativity is gone. I
The
mean,
smell and yeah.
do you ever see the one where they're firefighters? And the big heavyset lady keeps throwing all these animals out the window for them to save.
Oh my God, that's
It
hilarious.
was
No,
freaking
oh my
hilarious.
goodness. I didn't watch it that often, but like, yeah.
It was
We
funny.
grew up with that. And but
Even Beavis,
But-
even Beavis and Butthead, how stupid it was still pretty funny.
it was funny. It was stupid. There was literally, they talked about nothing.
Right.
They sat there and laughed. And what did we do? We sat there and laughed.
Yep.
Wasn't
Yeah, it's just
anything.
things have changed, man. It's a whole different
Look at the
different
cartoons
time.
we grew up on. We grew up on Flintstones.
Yep.
We grew up on the Jetsons.
King of the Hill, that's what it was. Thanks,
Oh.
Christine.
What?
With
He
Hank
sold
Hill.
propane?
Wasn't he a propane salesman or
I don't
something?
know. I never watched it.
It was funny. It was
I can
good.
picture it now since you said it,
Yeah.
but like I never watched it.
It was a funny show.
That's crazy. Oh my God, you're hilarious. So crazy.
Well, that's it for us
Ren
tonight,
and
guys.
Stimpy. Oh my God, that's some memories.
That was a good show. I want to thank everybody for jumping on with us tonight. Those of you out there in Rumble Land, thank you so much for
Rumbleland,
jumping on with
only
us.
A couple.
Our numbers are definitely growing on Rumble, so we appreciate you following us. Just remember that July 4th show will be our last show for the season, and we're going to take a little break and come back
Is it actually July 4th?
Labor Day weekend. I want to say it's like the 5th or something like that.
Okay, because I was like, the 4th of July is not going to be a
I
good
know.
day to like.
It's the 5th that we're doing the
Oh,
show.
okay,
Because
that's
July
okay.
4th's on Tuesday. So
Okay, that's why I was like, that's going to be a bad day. Puppy dogs are not going
yeah,
to.
that'll be bad.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a break after that for the summer. Come back in Labor Day.
You're going
and
to get
start
rid of us. It'll be great.
Season
Oh, I'm so
3,
sorry.
which is gonna be crazy.
Oh my God.
Kicking off season 3. So
What the hell are we going to talk
we're
about?
talking about that. We're talking about plans for season 3. Probably more guests, hopefully.
So if you want to come on the show,
We'll see what happens.
Christine, come on over. Totally good. Come out for the summer.
So Christine, we'll see you in Ohio in
Woo! In July.
another month after tomorrow. Tomorrow's June 1st.
June.
Jesus.
A month and a half.
Yeah, a
'cause it's
month
the
and
end
a
of
half.
July. I know. I'm super excited. Yeah, he's got to go out of town.
Yeah, we love you too, Christine. We love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And
I know.
I apologize for being under the weather tonight. It sucks. And I
Trust
wasn't
me, it sucks.
as prepared for the
Can I
show as I should
send
have
us?
been.
What?
What?
I can send a rant for $1.
Yeah, I think he gets paid to us. I don't know.
Do we get money if I send a rant?
I think so, yeah.
It really probably doesn't help if I rant and pay myself.
Probably not.
Okay.
So,
I just saw the little money sign and I was like, wait, people are going to give us some money. We
All right.
probably get, I want to do it just to see if we get anything.
yeah, try it.
They'll be
What
like,
the hell?
hey, you get half of a penny.
You get a penny, probably. So, all
Thanks.
right, guys. Well, have a great rest of the week. Have a very safe weekend. And Lindsay will be back probably with my dad next week.
America!
Next week's
Yeah.
show. So,
We don't know what we're talking about, though.
I will be in San Francisco. Maybe jump on from
What are
there.
you talking about?
We'll see what
You're
happens.
going to have to. You can't leave me by myself. You saw how terrible it went last time.
We'll figure it out.
And you're in San Francisco. You're at least on our same time zone.
I know. At least that'll work.
So you'll be fine. Suck it up.
All right, guys.
Okay.
See ya.
Bye.